Hey guys, Mike with Chassis Parts Online again. The other day we were talking about the new version of the frame box. There's the old version, and this is the new version. I hope you watched that video. Basically, what I'm doing is updating all the parts on the crossmember kit, make them simpler to assemble, make them work better, and make them look cooler. So, this is one of the new pieces. And yes, I painted these red. The reason I painted these red is so they stand out in videos when I go make an install video, and also when I take the test frame to a show, they'll look cool. Anyways, this is the upper control arm mount for the crossmember, and this is for when you're using coilovers or bags. These top four holes. This hole's the only one that lines up on the vehicle. I'll show you that in a minute. There's your center line. These other holes you'll have to drill. Okay. Now there's another hole about right here on the frame, but it's kind of offset so it doesn't line up with the middle. I may add those two holes in the middle of the next version of this. Next time I buy this plate, just to make it where you can line up these two holes first and then drill the others. But you'll see what I mean when I show it to you in a frame. This has the cam loops. That's for the cam bolts, and I supply the cam bolts and cam washer. Let me find a washer real quick. And basically, that's the washer. It's not one of those ones where it's welded to it. This is just a stainless. The thick one is 0.188, which is 3/16 thick, and the thin one on top that's welded to it is 125, which is 1/8 of an inch. Okay, this head of the bolt goes down in here, the washer goes inside there, and as you turn it, the bolt moves from one end to the other. That's how you adjust your caster camber, your alignment, just like you would older style vehicles. And on the crossmember, there's only a single hole in the bottom. I don't have the slotted hole, so all the adjustments done at the top, and you can do it with 2 wrenches. It's real easy. And these will come with a bolt. That's not the exact size bolt. That's only a 3-inch bolt. The one that comes with it is a 9/16 by 3.5, I believe. Anyways, the bolts are just a regular 9/16 grade 8 bolt. Just like the factory, you got a bolt in the factory that comes out, go in the control arm mounts over it, 1 bolt on each side. They also come with lock nuts and stainless washers. All that's included in the kit. On the mount like this for the strut, obviously it's going to have the plate on top, basically called the hat for the strut, and it's got the arms on the strut. It's got an arm that comes down here and a plate that mounts to the outside of the frame. I'll make one of those tomorrow or the next day. Try to get here early and make one of those just to show off for the photos and for the website when I go to make one. When I go to a show, I'm going to have one of these on one side with a coilover mount on it, and on the other side of the truck, on the other side of the frame, the show frame, the show off frame, it's still going to be a rusted frame, but it'll have some nice parts on it. I'll put the factory strut mount on the other side so customers can see both options. The factory strut mount on that side will be mounted onto factory arms. Everything will be factory on that side except for the crossmember, and then on this side it'll be shorter arms, my tube arms, and everything. Anyways, let's go outside and see how this mounts. Okay, here we are outside, and this is what I was going to show you. The center line of these 6 holes, as we talked about before, that's the center line of the front axle, and which would be about right here. So you got an offset hole, and it's offset like that, those 2 holes. So I may put that hole there and another corresponding hole would be like right here on these two, so that you can line it up either side. In other words, what you would do in this case is you would line up that back hole, and then you line this up with the frame, and you mark your other holes and drill them, and that's how that would set right there. Okay, that's pretty low profile, and it's structurally sound. You can see the bracing on it, and it's got those 3 holes cut out of it, which makes it as light as possible. So there's that mount, and I'll have more when we get to the next piece. Got any questions? Let me know. Peace.